come from data warehouses also, where all our Facebook, Twitter, everything is captured in unstructured manner. So we all know the different characteristics of big data. We have gone into 8 V's also. Volume, veracity, it is moving in a higher manner, in a larger manner. Huge volume, huge speed, different varieties, velocity and value. And main thing is we find applications of big data in all fields, starting from banking, insurance, transportation, education, manufacturing. Everywhere we are finding big data analytics only. It has penetrated into healthcare during this pandemic in a larger manner. We are more dependent on what happened in which place. So that is how analytics is going on as a data. So the main big data analytic process has the data storage. As I told, from different sources data comes in here, have a data storage. Real-time messaging, you can have the stream processing also. Continuously data is penetrating into our system through the internet. So either you have batch processing, machine learning algorithm that can handle both the batch processing as well as stream processing. So online streaming of data is coming, which we are analyzing using our analytic data store, which has high-end algorithms. So Hadoop is the basic framework we had for handling large data sets initially. Now, Hadoop has also grown in a larger way today. For handling our distributed, semi-structured or unstructured data, we have to have this Hadoop ecosystem. Hadoop ecosystem basically evolved from 3 core components, like it must have good processing, resource management and storage. The 12 components we can see in any Hadoop ecosystem are HDFS, HBase, Scoop, Flume, Spark. Most of us would have worked with the Spark, Pig and Hive. So it supports all. This is the architecture of Hadoop. So big data solutions as such can be, it is available in the market in many ways. We know this Amazon Web Services, which gives big data solutions. Then we have this cloud era, where many of us would have done our research work, in fact. Initially, in fact, it started with Hadoop's big data solutions, and we have a lot of other companies coming in around, providing solution for the big data. Some of the main use cases we have for handling 1,000 million users. We have Facebook application, which is having around 1,000 million users. So you can imagine how much data is collected every day. It is collecting roughly 500 terabytes of data per day. You can imagine, because of the huge number of users. And definitely, it would have increased day by day. Many people are moving into internet, and as the size of the Facebook application is increasing. So we can easily see that the data collection is also going to increase proportionally, and handling this data is going to be very, very difficult. And because the important thing is we are going to make decisions based on these data that is available to us. So these are some of the use cases. One simple example is our Red Bus, which is a bus ticket and hotel booking organization, which uses big data solution to manage the huge amount of data that is coming in. Like we can book any bus tickets from one place to another, and we can book hotels. We are using that application, in fact. Similarly, Amazon Web Services, we are using for managing the customer data, product information, etc. We buy our books from Amazon, whatever book we wanted. What happens is, whenever we purchase a book by paying, obviously at the back end what should happen is the number of books that is going to be available has to be reduced. So we can internally, what are the things that are happening, we can imagine to maintain the stocks, etc. So it is not a simple thing how we look into it, like internally all processing are done. Similarly, another big data cloud platform solution provides application like our Yahoo search engine, what we use regularly, mails and all those things. So we can see that big data application is found everywhere as on date, because of the huge amount of digitization or digital transformation. We find that big data has penetrated everywhere, and we have to do analytics on that to get our knowledge. When we wanted to make some conclusion, whether we may be in a trading business, whether to buy this or not, buy this stock or not, all decisions can be done by using this big data analytics only. Now we'll see some of the big data analytics area where in the science discipline, most of us would know that. Ma'am, my slide is moving now, ma'am.
It's moving, madam.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. We will see some of the basic science area, which present school students are refusing to go into that. Like whenever I go to school to pick up my daughter, they are saying students are refusing to study maths and science subject. They are interested more in commerce, and they are not coming to the science area. No, because they think that lot of things has to be studied and lot of knowledge has to be gained, and lot of work has to be done. This is the mental attitude of the children present day. If we see the science area, our computational science has penetrated into the basic science, and all problems can be solved easily by computational methods. That is something which is very nice because of the growth in computational algorithms. We have to see that, like all the scientific solutions are provided very easily for many complex problems. That is what we are seeing now. In computational physics, if you see, like, there is a embedding of max techniques, embedding of all our, we are using computers, and physics application, what we are, all these together. Hybridization provides solutions for many complex problems here. So computational physics is evolving, in fact. So where they are doing predictive analytics in this field. In computational physics, lot of predictive analytics is done, predicting the future. So, like it's very useful. It is very useful in normal labs by their experiments, etc., etc. It takes a lot of time. For example, for climate science analytics, it takes a lot of time. But when data is available with us, and when we have high performance computing available with us with machine learning algorithms, definitely we can go in for a very good predictive analytics of climate or any soft body physics. So these are some of the areas that have grown because of this computational physics, mechanics, electrodynamics, statistical mechanics, statistical physics, particle physics, astrophysics, biophysics, etc. Now, actually, many of the big data tools that are available for computational physics are our mainly Jupyter Notebook. Most of us are aware of the Skylab, MATLAB, Mathematica, MathCAD. All these are widely used for doing research in this computational physics, and they are well support, like tools that are available for research. In fact, most of us would have used MATLAB for our research also. Then another field that is presently available is this chem informatics, where 3D molecule structures are converted into inputs to the machine learning model. We have a lot of machine learning models like back propagation, etc. Neural network model or fuzzy model. We'll be having a lot of models with us. Now, directly when 3D molecule structures comes in, we cannot directly feed the model inside. So, it is converted to data, and then we feed it into the different input layer, different lines of the input layer. So this converting of this 3D molecule structure for feeding it as input is very important application we have in chem informatics. With that we can do a lot of predictions. When we have a 3D molecule structure converted into data, and then when we analyze it, like predictions can be easily done. So like we can predict the various properties such as solubility or toxicity, or whenever we are doing this drug discovery for any disease, this will be very useful. Again, how this 3D visualization is done. Molecule structure visualization is very, very important field to do this drug targeting and all. So these are some of the tools that are available. Then coming to another interesting field, biotechnology, where we have technological applications in biological system or living organisms to make or modify the products for specific use. This biotechnology field, we have a lot of biotechnology engineers in India who say that they don't have job here in India because of the lack of facility, and they go abroad and pursue their very good career there. It is a fact. Like facilities are very costly, which is not much supported in India. So in biotechnology we have this genomics, we had this COVID, that time how it looks like, what is the genetic structure, how to kill that virus, how to find the drug target so that the corresponding virus dies. We do not know how many viruses are going to be created, whether it is man-made or natural, whatever it is. We should have very good development in genomics. Only then we can do all the drug creation in India itself. Even though we are growing and we have a lot of this costly research facility, they say it is available in UK and US only, and that is why all our biotechnologists are moving to country like US or UK. And using biotechnology, highly it is presently used in agriculture to have high yield, etc. And pharmacological automation can be done by using biotechnology. Similarly, fraudulent drugs, like a doctor gives you the drug, we do not know the fraudulent drug or the original drug. This can be prevented by using biotechnology. Similarly, in healthcare and for discovering this healthcare we will see later, because we are going to have a case study in that topic in the end. So we'll see that about healthcare, how it is used. Then for discovering genetic biomarkers in biotechnology, we are using data analytics, in fact. In computational biology or in bioinformatics, we have to visualize or model a biological system. So we can see here, this is again, it is an interdiscipline of all the fields, biology, computer science, information, maths, statistics. So this is a combination of all these independent subjects to form this bioinformatics. And computational biology, again, we have lot of algorithms that are designed for specific purpose for analyzing this bioinformatics data. In fact, we have a bioinformatics lab for our department, where we have a subject also with a lot of algorithms that are available for sequence analysis or gene and protein expression, or for cellular organization, etc. So this is another important field which is evolving. There is a need for knowledge in computer science also to do research in bioinformatics. They have to know how to write algorithms, how to use the algorithms at least. And when they go in for core research, they know more about the gene expression. So they have to write proper algorithms in such a way that it is area specific. So this bioinformatics is another important area, as I told. Then in normal environmental science, we have previously, people are there who are working and things were done. Now all our data related to our environment, like air pollution, whatever pollution is happening, it is recorded. We know that we have a wonderful database of 20 years of air pollution in important cities in India. So this will give a historical data which shows that the pollution was in different level. In fact, from the data, what they were able to see is, due to this corona lockdown for 2 years, the pollution has come down drastically. So it shows that what we are doing to the environment. So data analytics helps in monitoring the environment, in fact. Similarly, for toxicological issues that is happening in industrial chemicals, the monitoring can be easily done, and what rectification is required, it has to be done. We know that foreign countries, many of the foreign countries who are very rich or who are developed countries, they do not prepare many chemicals on their own. They send it, their factories will be in developing countries like India, where all the toxins that are coming out from the industry are faced by us. Either our soil are polluted, or looking into the problem that if they dump everything in the soil, local people will create problems. They dump it in either in the river or in the sea, creating lot of after effects problems in the future. So all these analysis can be done with our big data analytics, where data over a period of time are stored. Similarly, for geographical information systems or for climate change that is happening in different part of the world, we can use our data analytics. Similarly, agriculture, in which place what to have. We have an IoT lab which was established 1 year back. In that IoT lab, we can easily monitor up to 50 kilometers how whether the water like whether the plant has enough water. If it doesn't have enough water, automatically the motor is switched on. So all these research that is happening in our field is helping in agriculture in a great way. So and again, a lot of genetic studies and citizen science, all are using big data analytics for their growth. In social science area also, we are having a lot of all the historical data are stored. Whatever has happened before, we are storing, and then we are seeing what is happening. And presently we are lucky to have all digital data from 1980s, so that now we have huge storage of data, using which is a rich resource, using which we can make decisions or look into what happened in the past. Coming to the management area, we can do business analytics, which is another field, based on the expert knowledge. We can have decision making, for example, as I told, when we wanted to start a factory, let us say that the company belonged to Japan. If they find we have a very huge population with us, if they manufacture in Japan itself and send it here, the cost of production will be very high, with transportation increasing. So transportation cost, everything will increase, and obviously the product cost will become very high, and it becomes very difficult for the people to buy. So what they do is they do an analytics, whether we can start the company in India, where human labors are available cheap, where transportation is possible easy. All these things they will consider, and then depending on their profit, they will look for a small profit margin, because they are going to have overall they will have a high profit, because they are hitting a very huge population. So we know the starting of the Ford company, all those things we know. Nokia, all this has happened in Sri Peramadur. It is because of the plant targeting they had on the local population. They gave job for a lot of people there, and they made huge money. The cost of the product was also less. Had they designed and created the company, developed the company in their own country, obviously what happens is they will be making a profit, but it may not be feasible for Indians to buy it. So business analytics as such, again, it is divided into three: descriptive analytics, predictive analytic, and prescriptive analytic. Descriptive analytics is nothing but what happened and what is happening. Predictive analytics is what will happen in the future, that is forecasting, as I have already told. Then again, here we do an analysis of why it will happen. Then prescriptive analytics is based on this prediction, how we should handle it. In future, if this happens, how I should handle it. A very good example will be because of the climate change, etc., we have huge rainfall happening in our country. We have seen it, in fact. Now, if we see that if this process is going to continue, we should have we will have a problem in the future, how to handle this unprecedented rainfall, which is happening suddenly. Suddenly they say because of huge rainfall, this happened, that happened, all the fields got completely drained, so much problems are there. So how to handle this? So this descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics are going to help us in many ways. For different types of analytics, we have different types of algorithm available with us. Descriptive, for example, in the management side, if we take, so what happened to the business, how it increased, how it is presently, in what position it is there, all these are there in descriptive analytics. Predictive analytics is going to tell us the projections for the future, and prescriptive analytics is going to give us the best possible business decisions and actions for the future. So definitely this is going to take us in a long way in the future. Better algorithms will give us better results. So this is where our computer people will be designing algorithms and doing a lot of work to improve the predictive analytics. So in predictive analytics, definitely we will be analyzing the customer behavior and many process of improve how to plan a business. If I start this business, will it work out? All these analysis will be done. Similarly, whenever we do this analytics, we have our previous data. Whether we have to provide good security to the data and see to it that we have a reliable and timely data. And it definitely it is going to help in making better business decisions. And like in a company, when we have how the employee is faring, all these performance are analyzed by using the business analytics, and based on that increment or whatever it is can be given. And this is fine. This business analytics is helping the business to grow. That is the factor. Right, starts from planning and how to give a best output for performance, so to get best profit. All these things are analyzed by using this business analytics only. We have good storage of data. With that data, we are analyzing our customer behavior, so that customer behavior is very important. If somebody buys something and he's unhappy, implies that there is some problem with the product. We see the reviews. Whenever we wanted to buy something, we see the reviews and then we buy it. So customer behavior is very, very important factor as of date. So a lot of management analytics tools are there. All of us know this Data Pine, which is commonly used business analytics tool. Oracle Business Intelligence, Zoho the company Zoho has this analytics. So IBM Cognos Analytics, all these are some of the business analytics tool for management that is available. In e-commerce, we know it is nothing but the buying and selling of goods via electronic media. So, this big data analytics, we do it across the shopping pattern, how it happens, where there is a huge population which has good money, shopping pattern will be more. In Pondicherry, if you see, we have an area called White Town. In that area only you can find high quality shops available. The reason is the population there, most of them come from UK, France, and stay there for 3 or 6 months. Money constraint will not be there for them. So shopping pattern, if you see, they'll be looking for very high quality products, and it is big shops are available there. And there you can see very good customer service, and all operation plans are carried out successfully, and online payments will be, here we can in White Town we can see a lot of any money conversion can be done. Any card can be used. The reason being, we have a multicultural population that is coming in from different parts of the world for buying the products. So, all online payments will have ease of usage of different types of card in different countries. Now we have different terminologies in management. You have merchant analytics, how the merchant looks into the different things. Recommender system gives us the recommendation based on our requirement. It gives us, it sees the overall process and recommends what will be best for us. Similarly, any frauds that can happen, outlier detection, what we do in data mining, it is very much helpful in analyzing the culprits who will not fall inside. Similarly, how much product got problem within the warranty time, we call it as warranty analytics. All these analytics are growing, and finally the aim is to give better service to the customers. So this is market basket analytics. We know that whenever a person buys a computer, he may buy a printer. There is a possibility. So for shopping and all, for shopping complex and all, we like the thing is, we have a lot of shops around here, and when a person buys a bread, he will definitely buy a better butter and jam. So all these analytics will be useful for the shopkeeper to maintain the stocks in his supermarket, which is very much helpful, in fact. Similarly, price optimization, we see that when we buy huge products, they give some freebies, etc., etc. Price comes down. Other things are, where to locate new stores. If many stores are available in one place already, it is waste of time building a new store in that area. So move out from that area so that customers are scattered. Similarly, sentiment analysis of the customer is very important. Keeping the customer happy will be useful for the shops or the companies, whoever is selling the product. You can imagine ourselves, if we are going to a shop, and if they give us expired bread or jam, will we be happy? So maintaining the customer satisfaction is very important, and with that we come to the concept of this lifetime value prediction. So these are some of the tools that are available for commerce. Google Analytics, Google Search Console, all these are some of the Ekalaiva for our education. These are some of the tools that are available. So in other areas like economics, with the computational intelligence moving into that, the areas are growing. Obviously, we have this microeconomics and finance. They have models are built. Computational models are built for microeconomics and finance. So we can see that in almost all areas there is a huge growth because of the computational intelligence area, where computer tools are used for analytics. 6 applications of big data for media sectors are data journalism, data dynamic semantic publishing, social media analysis, and product development. All these we are aware of. So obviously big data is very closely related with statistics. So this is what they say: statistics is a game between human and nature through data. There is obviously statistics is a old terminology, and big data is a new terminology. But presently statistical analysis is very important for big data, and many mathematicians are there in this area who has come into this area. Similarly, in education also, data analytics has come in a very big way, where next generation, with anywhere we can have our education done. That is what is happening worldwide. Global university, we are talking about global university, where we do lot of studying in whatever place, wherever place, whatever time we are doing it. So all these have disappeared. Demographics data, all these have slowly disappeared, and students are becoming more and more knowledgeable. Whatever data that is generated during this teaching learning process, everything is stored, and whether the student is engaged in the class, we are able to see in a camera. So this education area has grown a lot during this corona time. Even though a lot of disadvantages were talked about, we are moving into some new technology, in fact, where we are able to handle the students in a different way. So big data is obviously enriching the learning experience of the students. Like we try to improve our teaching, because we may be standing before a camera and we'll be delivering the lectures. So all these improved the quality everywhere, in both sides, in fact. So these are in the education area. It is going to see a major change. That is what in many places we see that when we talk about theoretical concept, we can handle more students instead of a single classroom. It has both advantage and a disadvantage, but anyway, more research are done there in that area. So for data science in this linguistic area, if we see, we are able to get everything in our local language. Whether a foreigner is talking somewhere, we are able to get everything in our local language with natural language processing. So all these, Tamil speech analytics, we see that everything is going digitized. Text is analyzed. Similarly, speech is analyzed. Information can be retrieved easily. We need not talk about Tamil alone. Any language in the as such. This natural language processing has grown in a large way. So I have just taken this Tamil because this being our mother tongue, we have document clustering, document classification, content searching and extraction, data analytics. Stories are summarized easily. Translation of Tamil books and poems. Similarly, when when there is a translation to one language, we try to do it in different language. With some of the languages are found to be more correlated. So this translation, automatic translation of books, it can be done in such a way that many languages can be supported. Any questions as such in this? What I have, the first session I am closing now first section. Can you tell me any other query is there? Shall I proceed on with the second session? I told, yeah. So here we will see about area called as pharmacovigilance. See, actually, this area has grown very fastly in the past 5 to 6 years. We have a global population with the people are there with each person is a sample, in fact. Each people, like elderly, if you see elderly, each person will be taking different medicines. Each will be having different ailments. Some may be having diabetes, some may be having BP, some may be having some cardiovascular disease. So each one will be taking different medicines in different parts of the world. There was no global system which was connecting all these people together. When some person take a specific medicine, he may be having some adverse effect. Some adverse effect he may be going through, which he may not communicate, or or he will move into some other medicine. World Health Organization analyzed this problem and started this pharmacovigilance centers in different parts of the world. Where when a person takes a drug and if he sees that some adverse effect has occurred, he has to report it. This is for the goodness or health. All health problem can be avoided when the reality is seen. See, nobody is going to share this detail unless otherwise they know that adverse event is there for many people, not only for me. So what happens is, this drug manufacturer may not be happy with this. That is the reason many of the banned drugs in US and UK have found a way into our country, and we are still using it. It is a very pathetic thing that is happening in India. The thing is, this adverse drug reaction, we have heard that this happens in newspaper, we see something. Now the data, all these data are digitized. So, even when we sit and see how many people are affected after taking this drug, we have that data. This medical field is very complicated because a person may be affected with more than 2 or 3 disease. A person will be taking diabetes drug, many disease he may be having 3 or 4 disease, and if he is taking drug for all these 4 disease, there may be interaction between the drugs also, and creating adverse reaction. So more and more research has to be done in this area, and we are seeing a lot of even during this COVID we had this problem. First dose, many people were thinking whether to take it or not, and second dose, because of the severity of the consequence, what happened, people have to do it. Third dose came in, and people saw that it was not very severe. They have developed resistance for that. So similarly, but a person who have not put the third dose may be having something in his mind, like if something happens to me, what will I do? This hesitation, all the things happen because some people are really affected because of the dosages that was given. So big data, main application of big data is in medical area, where lot of research needs to be done because of the complexity of the analysis. See, the persons that are available in the any patient-centric healthcare system, the people involved are A patient is there. He is the person who is affected. Then you have this practitioner, medical practitioner. What this medical practitioner do? He gives the medicines. The pharmaceutical people create it. Okay. If something happens, some practitioner gives some medicine and something happens to the patient, we have a insurance company with a service provider who is going to give money to this patient, depending on what ailment he had and what problem he had, he will be paid correspondingly. So this is a patient-centric healthcare ecosystem we can always see. The thing is, we say that adverse reaction happens due to drug taking. The drug may work out well for one person who doesn't have any other disease, but we had this problem. Persons with diabetes, when they had the third dose, lot of problem happened. Their sugar level, HbA1c level raised a lot. That was the report that was given. The reason may be because the person already has some ailment in their body. This corona vaccine 3 would have created this. So this would have created it, we know. But the thing is, unless otherwise we have a standing proof that this happened because of this, we cannot say that this is true, because the pharmaceutical companies will definitely oppose it. Because all the pharmacological drug creating company, they are making money out of the ailment whatever the patient has. They make huge crores and crores of money, billions and billions go into their pockets whenever a disease comes, and all the concentration will be there. So this initially there was this pharmacovigilance area was not looked upon much, but last 10 years with lot of epidemics and pandemics coming in, each country has developed safety monitoring for medical products, and they have a pharmacovigilance center. World Health Organization has made it mandatory, which will observe what is happening when a person takes some specific drugs. The people involved here are doctors, patients, whoever has some adverse reaction, they have to be vigilant that they have to inform it. They should not be people may, even though pharmacologists are there, we have a pharmacovigilance, a pharmacologist, they're available in all medical colleges, we know, who are looking more into this pharmacovigilance data collections, because they only can easily do that. They give the drugs and they see the after effect of the drug. So here what happens is, these are the 5 steps that are happening in any pharmacovigilance cycle. They collect the data, they analyze the data, analyze the data, then investigate what are the problems, evaluate the drug, whoever has taken the drug, they evaluate the patients. If there is any adverse reaction that is happening, they will act and inform it to the corresponding authorities. Based on this only, the government can take action on the the companies who are manufacturing the drugs. Drug manufacturing companies are questioned based on the results that happen in the public. See, actually, before whenever any drug is prepared, when manufactured, before manufacturing it, they do thorough analysis. They test it in rats, all these animals they test it, and randomly they test it. it may be okay, but when it comes directly into the public and when it hits a huge population with varied ages, we will see that there will be a lot of reactions that happens. So this pharmacovigilance centers will collect all these data and publish in the net. See, any data cannot be published. This is very important. We have to know because somebody is having negative opinion on some company and they cannot do whatever they want. There are a lot of steps involved in this. The doctors has to give that this has happened to the patient, and lot of steps are there, which through these steps only the data can be published. Because we are dealing with the decision making on some company. Pharmacovigilance is very, very important. The reason being, persons dying from a disease may be inevitable, but dying from medicine is unacceptable. That is a fact. People may take, a disease may come and the person may die, but dying from a medicine is unacceptable. So, and this, if you see that in well-developed countries, adverse drug reactions are very, very expensive. If the number of patients suffering from adverse drug reactions are more, the companies has to pay them huge money. Not like in country like India, people will start a company like what happened, the chemical companies, and then when there is a problem due to leakage, they will close it and run away from the company. So these problems are not tolerable in countries like US and UK. Depending on what happened, they have to pay the patients. So whenever clinical trials are done, the number of patients are limited, and they they look into shorter short span. In short span, what happens, what reaction happens, that is what they see in adverse drug reaction. These are the different types of adverse drug reaction that has been quoted till now. Type A, type B, type C, D, E, F, G. Type A is mainly due to the medicines, dose dependent and predictable. Type B, we do not know. It is dose independent, something may happen. Type C, somebody have a chronic problem. And type D, delayed effect. Some people may take the medicine now, but reaction will happen after 10 to 15 days. Type E is end of treatment. When the treatment ends, it may have some impact. And type F is failure of any therapy. A person is undergoing a chemotherapy, but his cancer is not treated properly. And he has to die of the cancer, something like that. Type G is due to genetic reactions that are happening. Lot of research are happening in this pharmacovigilance area, as I told you already. The data can be got from social media. How to collect the data, how to collect the adverse drug reaction. I take this medicine, I get this adverse reaction. That is what is required. And the data should be true. It should not be like somebody writes something, we work on the data. We know that truthfulness of the data is very important. So we collect the data from the social media or any filtered data, filtered through some doctors, some subject experts. All these are data collection is done. For specific disease, classification is done, and then statistical analysis is done, and drugs will be flagged off if more adverse reactions are encountered. This is the adverse drug reaction file structure for drug file. What happened? What is the therapy file, indication for each sample. This is stored. Where the person is, what is the outcome, what is the RPSR file, what is the reaction that they encountered. This is stored in the database. This for billions of patients. It is stored somewhere. You store it in the cloud. Now, what happens is, like a basic classification, they say in medical pharmacology, new drugs, whenever a new drugs comes in, it definitely creates some adverse reaction. And if old drugs is also used, how much it is used and what contradictions that happens, that also has to be seen. And with that, they created spontaneous reporting system, and medical records are created for the patients. Claim databases, what claim has been taken for what problem. What they say is around 80% of the people died due to adverse drug reaction. That was the output, which was shocking from the information taken from the claim databases. Now, this when there is a single drug that is taken, it is easy to find the adverse drug reaction. But when multiple drugs are taken, it is very difficult to find the adverse reaction. This reaction is due to that drug or this drug, nobody knows. Only the person's body will understand why it was created. So this adverse drug reaction, whatever has happened, it is very difficult to analyze unless properly it is screened through and given for statistical analysis. This is one drug what we have taken and analyzed. A common drug taken by the diabetes patients is the metformin. It is globally used for treating patients. This database, what we have used for analysis, we have taken from FAERS dataset, FAERS. This is a dataset maintained by World Health Organization, which collects data from proper data, that is data that is having truthfulness. They have different screening levels, and then after going through the different screening, it is put in the data set. So for what are the reactions that happened due to this drug metformin, and there is a similar drug that is considered is pioglitazone. This both are used. Mainly we use metformin, but the other drug is also used. You know, some people may not have a reaction, any reaction with this metformin. Very rare case, but you know, when the sugar level doesn't change at all, when a person takes this metformin, they try this alternative drug. So the data set what we have taken, it is taken 1 year back. So this much data for type 2 diabetes was there. So we have taken this data and we have done disproportionality analysis. This disproportionality analysis is nothing but how many people are affected, total number of people we analyze, we know. So how many people are affected, how many people are not affected, positive. We talk about true positive, negative. No, here we use terminologies like triple R, PRR, ROR for analyzing it. We call the whole analysis as disproportionality analysis. So we have done a complete analysis on the drug metformin and pioglitazone, and what we found was based on the comparative adverse event analysis, it was found that pioglitazone has less adverse effect compared to metformin. When it is taken over a prolonged time, when this metformin is taken over a prolonged time, diabetes is a long time disease, obviously. when it was found that when this was taken for a very long time, it was creating cancer, as the like many patients were found to die. Whereas when the patients who have taken pioglitazone, the negative effect was found to be less. So this is one report. It was an old one, like FDA data set. How many have associated this pioglitazone with bladder cancer? See, this database has lot of inputs and lot of outputs. See, when they talk about this type 2 diabetes, many adverse reactions were reported by many patients. So what happened was all these patients were found to be like they may be having many other, they may be taking many other drugs also. So what was the conclusion as a result of this was, even though many people were taking metformin because it is prescribed for a very long time, it was found that adverse effect was very less comparatively in this pioglitazone. And so this is some of the results we analyzed. Metformin can be used with diet also. It also reduces obesity. That is what they found out. Metformin is commonly given because it not only controls the blood sugar, it also reduces the obesity level. And we know diabetes, if left untreated, it creates blindness, nerve, kidney tremor, etc. All these are the main problems. The common side effects reported due to metformin was blood glucose increase, pain, feeling abnormal, etc. It was found that 6,000 adverse events were found to occur from the database. So many adverse events were found to be occurring for patients who have taken metformin. So this is the figures that shows the adverse events with respect to the number of patients. And we have done this disproportionality analysis also. Here PRR is nothing but the proportional reporting ratio. RRR is nothing but the relative reporting ratio, and ROR is nothing but the reporting odd ratio. These are the three parameters that is analyzed for this disproportionality. Usually PRR is for analyzing chi-square value is taken and how the distribution happens. We can see that in this area there is a huge samples present in this area. These are all the outliers. Similarly, ROR and chi-square for metformin, and PRR and triple R for metformin. So if we see that this is the table that shows the number of reports on metformin and pioglitazone from the FIERS database. Like we see that both the drugs were taken by this much people. No, total number of reports in the database was found to be 77,47,303, and metformin alone, so many people have taken. Pioglitazone alone, this much people have taken. both the drugs were taken by 13,000 people. So adverse events due to this blood glucose increased, nausea, diarrhea, weight decrease, all these happens. All these are some of the adverse events that has occurred. So many adverse events are found to occur due to this increase of this drug metformin. And it was found that pioglitazone was found to be more effective in insulin resistance. So, but metformin is widely used worldwide. And we have taken another adverse reaction where we compared the drug amiodarone and dronedarone, where amiodarone, it is a drug for cardiovascular disease. Amiodarone keeps the heartbeat of a person normal. Whenever a person has a heart block or heart failure, and if he is given amiodarone, it makes the heartbeat normal. Many other drugs are also there. We have taken only these two drugs, and we have done analysis. Again, disproportionality analysis we have done. And what happens when this drug has interaction with another drug. And we have found that, so many samples are there in the database. So many samples are there in the database for the interaction. And this is the comparison of the drugs amiodarone and dronedarone. And this is the adverse events due to this amiodarone. See, this adverse event is found in this much persons. Same is found, dronedarone was found to have lesser adverse event. What adverse see here, arterial fibrillation, it is more in dronedarone, whereas it is less in amiodarone. So this type of study helps the medical people to know what to prescribe for what person. So this is another drug analysis where adverse event is found to increase in amiodarone. This is the disproportionality analysis. And this is the graph, corresponding graphs. So we can see that Multak is the common name given for this dronedarone. Actually, amiodarone is a common drug that is given, but what they say is this dose was found to be, more strong, very strong dose, they say, and this has more effect than this amiodarone. That is the conclusion. Then the third investigation we did was on the anti-inflammatory drug for its painkiller, acetaminophen and ibuprofen. These are the common drugs they give for pain. So paracetamol, actually. So throughout the world, adverse events were collected, and it is kept in the FIERS database. And acetaminophen is commonly given even for children and pregnant women. They say that effect is less. See, both have good properties. Both fight fever, both eases pain, both eases inflammation, both eases toxicity. Side effects is found to be less. But what is better for what? If you see ibuprofen, they say children cannot use it. It has a lot of other problems. because it is strong. So if we see the experimental results, we do again, what are the adverse event that has happened, we have studied, and we have plotted it in graphs, and we can find what is the when both the drugs, some people was found to use both the drugs together. Either he will be using ibuprofen or acetaminophen. What happens in that case? Because we had data like that in first data set, so we have analyzed it, and we have concluded that adverse effect due to this ibuprofen was found to be less. Acetaminophen, even though for children it is better. So that's what, depending on the people, it has to be used. So these are some of the important pharmacovigilance analysis what we have done, and lot of work is there yet to be done, because they have put COVID data also. We are working on that. Chest X-rays are there, which is taking from each chest X-ray. We are trying to take how much percentage of lungs has been damaged, and we are trying to create a database for analyzing it. So if you see, lot of work is there to be done in this area also. Any queries from the audience?
Participants, is there any query?